Hey everyone, how you doing? Nice to see you again. Thanks for dropping by. Should be a good one today. Got lots of famous people to chat about, and a guy who's pretty famous in his own right, Wayne Savage, a brilliant artist, a great all-rounder actually. So we'll get him in and say hello, and he'll tell you all about what he does. So hi Wayne, how you doing? Hey mate.
You're very kind, Tony.
How are you?
Hello mate, you all right?
Good to see you.
Not bad, buddy, yourself?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, you too, mate.
It's
you do say some nice things.
Oh, I'm just honest. So how you been keeping?
Likewise. I'm fine, mate. Yeah, not too bad at all. Yeah, well, considering with the current situation, I'm sure everyone's kind of struggling with it a bit, but
exactly.
We kind of grin and bear it, don't we?
Yeah. We lost touch a little bit in recent years, but it was great. We met up a few years back for the first time because I'd seen you online quite a bit with your brilliant work, your live work. So very similar sort of history, really, haven't we? Because you were trained in graphics, and you went to college for graphics, didn't you? Or what was the course you're on?
I did. Yeah, many years ago now, though. But to be honest with you, I didn't stick it for the duration. So I kind of went to do like animation, but it was kind of more of a media studies course, which kind of I was a little bit led, to be honest with you. So I stuck it for a while, and then I kind of thought it's not really for me. So I ended up leaving after. I was supposed to be there for 2 years, so I think I spent most of my time working in a pub and drawing caricatures while I was there. So it's not all bad.
Well, you certainly done well, mate. I mean, your work.
Doing the chalkboard artwork as well for the pub I was working in. So that's where I discovered that I could turn my hand to that. So, that's where it kind of blossomed from.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Because I put some photos on now actually of some of your work and we'll chat about the live stuff. Because I mean, I love doing it. Obviously, we can't at the moment, but. There's you in action. There we go.
Yeah, it's a good giggle, isn't it? Like I say, there's worse jobs out there.
Yeah, I mean, you kindly sent me all these, and I've seen a lot of them before. That one in the dark in the top right is brilliant. That's a great shot there.
It's because I just give them out to people that I think they look like. So yeah.
Draw them first and then find the person who it matches afterwards. Yeah, that's a good bit.
Relatively like you can have that one. There you go. Yeah.
But it's
I remember those.
It is a good it's a great thing to do, isn't it? And because you're extra talented because you wander around and do them as well, because I can't do that. I haven't I'm a bit of a diva. I have to sit there with all my kit and have the spotlight, not on me, but I should have.
I find myself these days, mate. Like I say, I mean, I've done quite a few of those where I've had to sit down halfway through.
Yeah.
There's only so much standing up you can do. I think I get through like an hour into a gig and go, can I sit at this table? And if you want one done, just come and sit down next to me. And then you end up not having to move for the rest of the evening, which is quite good. So, they come to you and you don't have to keep going to them.
Yeah. So, and the drinks come to you as well, don't they, occasionally?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's it. If you're stationary, then
you can't hold your drink.
Yeah. So which is kind of the whole idea of sitting down doing it in the first place, really, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't want to spill it. You don't want to spill the nectar. So what was your favourite bit about it then? Doing the live stuff.
The money. No, it was just really enjoyable. It's just like I think it's just going out meeting new people, just learning about other people and what other people do for a living. Like it's interesting because people always ask you what you do and how you do it, and you kind of you're always explaining how you got into being a caricaturist and how you got into it. It's always the same questions you get asked. Did you go to university? Did you go to college? And you get thrown the same question. And I'm like, well, tell me a bit about you though. Like, what do you do for a living? It's interesting to ask them and find out what they do and realize that there's stuff out there that you never even realized was a career. A job, a living, it's quite cool. And it was just nice to just have a laugh with people. I think people love watching you draw, watch the caricatures unfold. And it was always that bit of the people that were sat in front of you. They don't know what's coming. They said it's great when I sit behind you and watch, but when we're sat here, it's like it's almost nerve-wracking for them, isn't it? Because everyone else can see what you're doing, but we can't, and it's quite scary. But
yeah.
You give the reveal, you turn the caricature around and show them, and it's just the look on their face, and it kind of, that's what makes your day, isn't it? It's just like that's what it's all about, you know.
That's what makes it for me, definitely. Yeah, is the turning around, especially with the little ones, the kids, and it just because kids say what they think,
Exactly. Yeah, and at the end of the day, I know I said about the money, but if I could afford to do it for free, I would, So it's great. Same with everything, though. It's the same with the sign writing. I enjoy doing that, and if I could afford to do it for nothing, I would, because I love it. Got to make some money, make a living.
Exactly, yeah, and these days, obviously, with everything shut down, and it is hard, but we're itching to get out there again. But it, and the way the art industry is suffering and entertainment and all that, it's what people need, isn't it? You can't all become accountants or whatever. Nothing wrong with accountancy, but
that's it, exactly. But
you need art and entertainment.
Yeah, that's it. I think, like you say, the whole entertainment industry is suffering, isn't it? Everything. It's just kind of it's hit people really hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you never saw it coming. I don't like talking about it because everyone's fed up with talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's put some of your extra work on then. Here we go.
Yeah. I think people
back into the fun stuff.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
Chase Brody from Jaws.
Yeah. So what?
I love that film.
Talk about what the top bit is with the lad there.
But, I had an idea a little while ago because when I was a kid, I used to do a lot of spray can graffiti art. We used to love going out just defacing walls and spraying tags under motorway, dual carriageway bridges and stuff. When I was about 10, 11 years old, this was. So we'd basically steal spray cans from my dad's and my uncle's garden sheds, and just go around just trying our hand at doing graffiti because we were kind of we watched, back then there was a lot of that kind of thing going on. It was a big thing in America, in New York. It was the time of everyone was into the hip hop stuff and the breakdancing, and it was all the graffiti art. It all kind of went hand in hand,
Yeah.
So we were kind of into all that sort of hip hop music and stuff when we were kids, and we were like, oh, let's just be we just wanted to just do all of that, the graffiti, the breakdancing, so because I was quite arty as well, I was I liked hand lettering from when I was a little kid, and I thought I quite enjoyed doing that. Let's just get some spray cans and just start doing a bit of wall art. So that's kind of where that stemmed from. But it's always something I've admired. I've always liked seeing really nice graffiti art. I know people say it's like vandalism, but some of it is. Some of it's beautiful. Some of it's amazing.
It is. Yeah, some of it's really sharp and well done, isn't it? And you can tell the stuff that's just thrown on there.
Yeah, that's it. But with with the graffiti, the names, I think it was during the last lockdown, the first lockdown we had. I was on furlough, but luckily I was being paid, my full wage, because I got the government pay and my employers made up the 20%. So, but being at home, I just tried to think of other ways to bring in a bit of money, But while I had all that spent, because I was off work from March till probably, I think it was June or July probably. I think I went back. So I thought, well, what can I do? Because I've got the iPad Pro, which I love drawing on anyway and doing my digital work on. And I thought, well, I'll do some graffiti stuff, just started messing around with it. And I did one of those for a friend of mine's son. He was a football fanatic. I can't think what, I think it was Everton or something he liked. Maybe Arsenal, I can't remember. So I did his name like that one, on a wall, and then all the football colours with the football badge. And he loved it. And I just thought, well, I'll just try selling a few. But they were digitally done, and they're printed on. I've got a company that prints them on Foamex board, 5mm Foamex.
Yep, like a plastic type thing.
Fairly cheap to have printed, and I thought, well, I think people would like them. So I think I did quite a few. Over the lockdown period, I was really pushing them and getting quite a lot of them. So I've got quite a few images saved of those that I've done. But but they kind of it's the same kind of, they tailed off a little bit. But I think I wasn't promoting them enough because there was other stuff that I wanted to do alongside those. I had a few caricature commissions to do. And obviously
Christmas coming up.
Well, yeah, that's it, exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've got a few things to do for Christmas, but not a massive amount. I mean, obviously, you know, we're normally sort of inundated with gigs, aren't we, over this sort of period? But
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
it's
Let
kind of
me have a quick see if there's any comments, any questions. Okay. Friend of yours come in there. Friend of ours. Good old Mike. He's
hello,
a great
mate.
good mate of yours. Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Awesome.
Hello, you all right, buddy? We've just been talking about you, actually.
We were.
Very good man.
But not.
Yeah, really good friend of mine. Really good friend of mine.
Right. Sorry, I'm just looking at another. Is Mandy? She's
Nice
a
to see you.
regular. Hello, Mandy. How you doing?
Hi, Mandy. Mandy Merritt.
Mandy Merritt. Right. Okay. Let's go back to the brands, and then on to the next one. Yeah, you were talking about this earlier, weren't you?
Yeah.
Move my head there. You can't see me. That's better. So you do these. So these are digital as well, aren't they, Wayne? And then
oh, mate, yeah.
I'm assuming they're digital, are they?
Pro, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were just an idea I had, obviously, to stem from the chalkboards.
Yeah.
You know, because the chalkboards are obviously just like white on black, and I thought, well, it'd be nice to do some just normal black and white cartoons. I love doing black and white, like shaded
black and white
stuff. Shaded.
Yeah. It's like black and white photos. They're always really smart, aren't they? They've got the contrast there, and yeah.
Yeah, there's just something quite nice and crisp and sharp about like a black and white image. So yeah, I really like them. Yeah, I did quite a few of those actually. So, but again, it was something else that kind of, you know, once the COVID thing came along, the pub started closing, and that kind of fell flat as well. So
yeah, of course.
Artwork. So
well, wait for a big surge, aren't we? When it all opens up again.
You're just going to be like bombarded, aren't you?
Well,
so,
hopefully.
Yeah.
So these are
that board there, the board on the right hand side of the top. That was for Mike. Mike was watching Mike and his wife Helen.
Yep.
So I did that for their wedding a few years ago.
They're very popular, aren't they? Those I would have thought you get loads of there. And,
I lose count, mate, of how many of those I've done. To be honest with you, yeah, quite a few. Wedding stuff was always really popular.
Takes some skill.
Of service boards, there was loads of kind of little signs people want done for their weddings. It was it's quite a popular thing, really. But again, another thing, you don't get much because they're not going ahead, are they?
That's right. Murals at the bottom. So they painted on at the bottom there, mate?
Yeah, that's just that was on a wall in a, like I say, a steak and lobster restaurant. I did the whole restaurant actually. I did quite a lot of work around there. It was about 3 weeks work altogether. So I did this to do quite a lot of that actually. I've got a page on Facebook that shows off all my, you know, chalkboards and my wall art and stuff. I did a restaurant in where I live in Poole in Dorset a few years ago, and it was called the Reggae. I think it was the Reggae and Rock Steakhouse, and they wanted me to go in and just do murals of like, I think it was.
I think I've seen the photos.
Yeah, I think it was like the Beatles, the
Bob Marley,
Stones, Bon Jovi, like U2.
Bob Marley on there, didn't you?
Bob Marley, yeah, that's
Bob
right.
Marley, yeah, remember that one.
So yeah, there was quite a few. That was a few weeks' work as well. So that was good fun because I did literally the whole restaurant. It was they were this color. The walls were this color, so it was the same as on the bottom photo there. Really nice to work on. But
so blank canvas, you can just go mad.
Yeah, they just said, like, you know, they told me who they wanted me to do, and they said, there you go, you just got, like, you know, carte blanche, basically, just do what you want. And I was like, brilliant. So
that's like gold dust.
Those jobs are nice. So yeah.
And there we got.
We're not doing them at the moment, you know.
It'll come back though. It'll come back. And then you got some.
Eventually, it's going to take a bit of time, isn't it? But we'll get there.
It is, but yeah, you got to think positive, haven't you?
Because be positive. Yeah.
I think people will party. They're going to party in a big way when everything's safe again.
I think so.
And we're waiting for them.
Once this vaccine kicks in, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we can get out there again.
So what you got here, Wayne?
Just a few little commissions again, mate. Actually, that's just some of my little pub boards on the bottom there.
And then is that like a white paint? Was it?
Yeah, it's basically it's a liquid chalk marker.
Right.
So yeah, I've got literally hundreds of the things. So I've got many of those as you've got black marker pens.
It's quite unusual to see an artist who's really good at text and words, because I'm useless. I usually get Lynn to do my not my writing, but anything that needs to be neat.
Yeah, I think the
Terrible.
unique thing, the good thing about, like, if you look at, I mean, I don't necessarily class myself as a brilliant chalkboard artist. I know some guys that are just fantastic at it because they can adapt to literally any style of like text. You kind of got your own style, which, like, at the bottom there, that's literally my own handwriting.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's very distinctive, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stuff I use a projector, like to, even with my wall art, I project an image. So I'll do the image on the iPad first, project it. Yeah, see, that's an old one, isn't it? That's my
It is, yeah.
own handwriting. That's from a few years ago.
But
yeah,
brilliant.
like some of the stuff, like the one with the sweet tricycle, that's an image that they sent me. That was their logo. So I literally projected that onto that board and then just drew over it. So sometimes there's a little bit of cheating involved, like with the little logos of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram logos. Sometimes if they want a certain font or they've got a logo, you've got to replicate that exactly. And sometimes that's hard just to do by eye.
But you've got the know-how on how to do it. So there you go.
Yeah, I think like with a lettering, it's kind of like you don't think of it as writing, you think of it as drawing letters. So you're playing with different styles of drawing each letter. I sit and mess about with lettering for ages and try and just come up with a design, almost like drawing a picture, but it's writing. I mean, it's kind of quite hard to explain, but
the composition and everything as well. You've got to
look really nice to get the composition of it without sketching it out first, to try and just make it fit.
Yep.
By going straight in with your pen, it's like it's a challenge, but it's also quite good fun as well.
Yeah, really good, mate. And
thank you, mate.
Really good, and just let people know where they can, contact you for any of that sort of work.
For those for the pub signs, for any kind of sign work, contact me through Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/Savage Signs. So that's all one word, Savage Signs. So
you send me the links and I'll put them at the bottom as well. So
yeah, okay, mate. And I've got my caricatures, obviously. Wayne Savage Illustration, facebook.com/Wayne Savage Illustration. So yeah,
really good. Right. I think we'll because you and I met somebody pretty special, who's sadly not with us anymore. A few years back. This is 2013.
Unfortunately, not.
No, that's right. It was a sad day for everybody then, wasn't it? Especially you and me. Couldn't believe it happened. But yeah.
Well, to be honest, Mike, the guy that's watching, he's the guy that actually informed me. He told me what happened. I was working, and he phoned me and told me, and I was gutted, absolutely gutted. So I actually did. I did shed a tear over it because
I did. Yeah,
this guy was my idol from such a young age.
Yeah. Well, this will cheer you up. My mum's going to hate me for this, but yeah. Because it was
fame, so she can't come and slap you, can she?
She can't, no, because she's exactly. So there you go. I don't know if you remember, Mum.
Bless her. I remember.
You remember, Mum? She's actually strangling my brother there. So not strangling him, but trying to get his neck back in shape because we were pulling silly poses back in Christmas, and it was a similar year to that. So hi, Mum, in Spain, if you're watching. Sorry about that. No Christmas presents this year for me. But anyway, really.
Hey, when we went down to Cornwall, when we stayed the night before, that was great. That was a lovely evening.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So we went down because I said to Lynn, my other half, I've got to go down there, and I thought, oh, Wayne's a big fan, so I've got to get in touch with him, see if he wants to go with us. And she said, you're not going all the way down there, are you? Just for it's got to be done.
So right, yeah. But mate, I was so so thankful that you asked me to go because, what an amazing experience.
Well, but you've met him before, so here's a photo of you. There we go.
So we've given it away now who it is.
Well, we mentioned, sorry, it's Rick. Good old Rick Mail.
Fantastic Rick Mail, yeah.
So he
amazing guy.
How old were you there?
Lovely guy.
You're only about can't be very old there, can you?
I was 21.
21.
Yeah, that was the bottom big number 2 tour in Bournemouth at the BIC. So, yeah.
Yep. If anybody doesn't know,
I went to the first one was in Poole at the Arts Centre, which is now the Lighthouse. That was great, Tony. I didn't tell you the story about that. I went there with my best friend Rob at the time, and I remember after the show, we had a flyer, like a bottom flyer, and we wanted to get it signed by Rick and Aid, and we waited outside at the stage door for them to come out, along with numerous other people. Everyone was like really excited. Oh, we're going to get their autograph. We get a photo. And we must have stood there for about 20 minutes before we thought, they're not going to come out, are they? And all of a sudden, this little Mini came screaming down the road. And it stopped outside the stage door. And both of them were in there. And they leant out the window and they were going, F off, F off.
But that was just them, wasn't it?
Oh, fair play. And they were just like, everyone was just in hysterics laughing. And no one was disappointed. They just thought, oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It was great. They were like, no, I can't be bothered to sign autographs. But,
I saw a bit of YouTube the other day, and it was it's a morning kids show on a Saturday. Forget what it was. With I'm terrible with names. That's it. And they were on there.
Yeah.
Yes. Phoning.
Yeah.
And she just, you could tell she was really getting angry, wasn't she?
Yeah. She was,
you couldn't do anything with them.
No, that's right. No, they kind of they wouldn't do.
They were like that in real life. They were just friendly, brilliant blokes. Well, he still is, of course. But anyway, this is what we went down for. This is what I took. I did a caricature of them years ago. Well, a few years before, actually. Not the actual one, because I gave that away.
Well, this is a copy of the
original, signed by the man himself.
I've covered up the expletive. I put on there, write something Richie orientated. So
a family show.
F off, with respect, Rick Mail. That's the finished image.
Brilliant. Yeah, and
Lovely
we went.
Work. Really, really nice picture.
Oh, thank you, mate.
You're fantastic at what you do, Tony. It's great, mate. I love it.
Well, it took a few days, that one. But that's
for sure.
Yeah. But this is us, because it was in, we got down into Falmouth. It was Falmouth Bookshop, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
And we were the first there. It was stupid o'clock.
We were, yeah. Yeah, we were keen. We wanted to be the front of the queue.
Yeah, and we were. We were literally, there was, it was brilliant. So quite a cold morning, wasn't it? Anyway, we got there and...
From what I can remember, it was freezing,
So there's a few more shots here. There we go. That's pretty much what you just did.
That's it. Yeah. Before it was signed.
So the print. And then what I'll do now is I'll put on the actual... I had a really crappy old little camera that did video, but it was really, really rough video. And I managed to catch Rick coming in the store. Anybody who hasn't seen this, it's brilliant.
This is priceless.
So lucky. It's priceless, yeah. This shows what a lovely guy he was. And
you're lucky to have that, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know how to react at first. I was like, you can hear me. I was like a giggly little schoolgirl. Well, we both were, weren't we?
Yeah.
So let's put this on, and hopefully, sometimes when I put a video on, the signal goes, but we'll try our best. So, cast year. This was 2013, and we were in the front of the queue, and then this man enters. So here we go. We can put some.
How cool is that?
Amazing experience, and he signed everything for us, and he was there to promote his CD book, wasn't he?
It was an audio book, hurrah, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, and we got to meet him, and it. There's a bit of a delay. It's because you're in New Zealand and I'm in Britain, so there's a bit of a lag. So there he is. And
look at that. Fantastic. That's so cool.
There we are.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
He was so pleased with that as well, his face when you gave it to him.
Yeah. Like I said, we didn't have too many shots, but it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And let's see what if you've got any comments or questions. So, okay, yeah, we got one here from Mandy. Only caricatures. There's not many, is there? Not many, Wayne. Not many around.
No.
A handful.
UK? Do you mean in the UK or just like in the whole world?
Good point.
I think not many. There's I don't know how many I've actually met in the UK, to be honest with you. It's probably about 20. I think I've probably met about 23 in the UK.
23.
Yeah. So I don't think there are actually many, to be honest with you.
No.
I'd say less than 30 in the UK.
Yeah. Then there's, and it's the guys who keep at it, isn't it? You know, you've got to have the love for it, and especially with the live work, you've got to keep at it.
That's what I mean. It's like we said the other night when we were talking. It's great, and it's really good fun, but it's quite easy to be put off as well by certain individuals at certain events. You know, that kind of, they get a bit drunk, they get a bit leery, they get a bit abusive. You know, they almost get physical if you haven't had a chance to draw them. You know, you don't always get time, do you? You run out of time sometimes, and it's just the way it goes. But you know, it's just the aggro that you get. And
it's like a lot of, I think, like a lot of wedding suppliers and stuff. You got to know how to work with people, haven't you? Handle people. Yeah. It's quite rare, but yeah, you do. And most people are there to have a good laugh, aren't they? And but it's the old booze thing. Sometimes it gets a bit. That's very rare, I think.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's the same with everything. It's got its downsides, but it's kind of, I'd say it's got more upsides than downsides. So you know.
Yeah. It's got another question here. Go on, Mandy.
Do you mind having to deviate from caricatures to gap fill during COVID?
Does it make a change for it?
I think it makes a nice for me, because I like to kind of to deviate a bit anyway. You know, I kind of flit around a bit with different kinds of artwork, I suppose. You know, I like doing actual cartoon stuff as well. You know, just cartoons. My partner designs greeting cards. I mean, she's a graphic designer, so you know, I'm kind of quite fascinated with that as well. And like, you know, I've always loved doing cartoons. I think I drew cartoons before I started doing caricatures. Like I said, I've always been into doing, you know, the signs and stuff. Anyway, I've always liked handwriting and lettering. So, yeah, it does make a change. It's nice to have a change. I think it doesn't matter what you do. It's always nice to have a change and do something a little bit different. Yeah,
I think you've got to try, especially in the art world, because
it's nice to try something new.
Yeah, and especially with COVID, you've got to adapt and do different things, haven't you?
Yeah, you have. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I think they would just they kind of like, they didn't know what to do. They were like, this is what I do, and I don't know how to adapt. I don't know how to change or do anything different. But you've got to kind of go, well, how can I, you know, I need to do something. To make extra money. So, you know, I mean, I've spoken to a couple of guys, like caricaturists that I'm fairly close to, that are quite forward thinking and go, well, I'm going to do this. You know, Niall O'Loughlin, for example, in Dublin, Mike Carlon, you know, they've kind of kept themselves busy doing, you know, because they can't do the live gigs. It's like, well, let's draw the football teams and sell them. You know,
you've got to think outside the box, haven't you?
Sorry?
Think outside the box. That wasn't a football pun, by the way.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, think outside the box. Try to be a little bit more kind of creative, you know.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you've got to think a little bit further.
Yeah. But we do still go back and enjoy these, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Oh, that one there.
That's right. You got me.
I got you. I didn't.
I got a sun down there.
Yeah, you're a little bit orange there, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't you've paid me a compliment and give me some muscles.
Oh, well, lovely to see you, Rain, and thanks for coming on here and rekindling the memories about that brilliant day we had. That was really good.
Yeah, that's right.
Great to see you.
Great times. No, it was lovely. But like I say, thank you for inviting me along to that. It was just amazing.
So, really good to see you.
And the last time we got to see him and never will, I guess.
No. But he was a star. Absolutely brilliant. It was definitely the highlight of my life anyway.
Yeah,
Caricature creating my life, and yeah, brilliant. Anyway, you take care. Good to see you.
Nice, Tony. Yeah, nice talking to you, mate. Take care.
Take care. Bye for now. Brilliant. Thanks, Wayne. This was basically about the time I was actually starting in full-time caricaturing, and I just we were up in Pembrokeshire and having a lovely holiday, as you can see, cooking the bacon, frying the eggs, and I shot out for some shopping and put the local radio on and heard that this chap was doing a book signing not far from us in Pembrokeshire. I'm going to fly along and say hello, and it was the amazing Griff Rhys-Jones, and he was signing a book on rivers. He'd just done a TV series all about the rivers of the country, and sort of in the early days when I was a caricaturist, I thought, oh, I got to slip him a business card. Just trying to sort of promote myself and plug what I do. So he was a lovely chap. And while I was there, he said, oh, would you like to come to the little thing I'm putting on in my house? I thought, yes, please. Because I've always admired Griff from years back in the same sort of field, you know, comedy, and anybody who's sort of similar age to me remember Not on Cotton News and Smith and Jones, and anyway, he'd diversified and gone into sort of documentaries and TV shows as well. So basically, cut a long story short, I thought, oh, I can't, you know, miss this. So I ended up going to the show in his back garden, because he owns a farm, which I think he did a series on as well, about how he's rebuilding this farm and houses and stuff, and ended up attending this amazing show. It was all for charity, and he had a lot of actor friends in this barn in the back of his in his land, and I sat there and saw these stars coming in and watched it. I thought that was really nice of him. So I did a little thank you, and I sent him this caricature off to him just to commemorate it. And as you can see from the drawing, it was about the sort of last invasion by the French quite a few years ago. Say on the coast, not far from his house, and it was a comedy about this invasion. So I put this little thing together for him and sent it to him, not expecting to get anything back, but I got a lovely comp slip back from him saying thank you, and how lovely it was. And I think he got some of the guys to sign it, and hopefully it's somewhere, and might even be possibly being auctioned off somewhere, who knows. So that's just a little story there, and another amazing event. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I'll just go through. There's another chap here who I met. This is Keith Allen. Did a caricature of him same year, I think, and that was it there. Got a brilliant gold tooth. Nice chap. And I think he was doing the Christmas lights in Stroud, in the sub rooms. So he got those lit, did the announcement for that. And I heard that it was going to be there, and took this along. And this is a digital one, similar to what Wayne does. So I did start out with pencil, and then I went to digital. And that's what's nice about digital, is you can keep adding. And he was in the Robin Hood TV show at the time, so put that on there as he was. So yeah, so that was a good one as well. So next star I met, who's quite honoured, was I was quite honoured to meet him. Was another guy. Most of these people here I have huge admiration for. So the reason I do the illustrations, the caricatures, is just a little thank you, really. So this guy is basically, I'm going to let my son tell you all about it, because we did a little video interview, very short one, about how we met on this day. And Lynn and Ben, my son, were there. We went to a great show. This chap was talking. It was a talk, a little lecture sort of thing. It was in need of a charity, a cancer charity. And he put this little show on. And same again, I knew he was, obviously, we were going to the show, so I did this little thing for him. But here we go. This is my son, Ben, introducing it and telling you all about it.
Oh my God, that does not look like me. I remember the talk. And then I remember afterwards, you gave him caricature. And then obviously me being your cameraman. You posed with him, and out of nowhere he looked at me and he pointed and he went, "Don't you F it up."
Yeah.
And obviously me being a little kid, I was like, oh, okay. And then I remember I took the picture, and immediately afterwards he was really apologetic. He was like, "Oh, I didn't mean it." And he's very nice.
Yeah. Nice chap.
I was just going to say, I think I must have looked quite shocked, which is why he thought that he needed to apologize. No, it was a long way round.
Yes.
That I knew him from.
But it was really nice to meet him, wasn't it? And he he posed for shopping.
Yeah, he's very down to earth.
Yeah. And I got some video of him when he opened up the box and saw it, because obviously celebrities get caricatures all the time, but it was nice to see his reaction, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, a caricature. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Memento. Oh, that's when I was doing the fighting. Yeah, you were in the fight. What is that? Who did that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Wow. Gosh. This made me actually quite attractive. That's amazing. And you signed it and everything.
You did a good little narration bit there, didn't you, Ben? Well, thank you, Ben, for that. And there we go. That's Charlie's caricature I presented to him on the night. Great evening that was. He had some good stories, especially about other film stars and stuff. One about Lee Marvin, but I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to. You have to go and see his show if he's doing any more tours about and ask him about Lee Marvin. It was brilliant. So yeah, that was a great night, and the reason I got into Charlie, it was the long way round, the bike show. If you ever get a chance to see that, it's so good with Ewan McGregor. Really good. Something I've always wanted to do is I only took the first part of my bike test, but I didn't manage to take the second part, and I was very jealous. Right. So what we're going to do now? I'm just going to go through some of the other caricatures I do and the different styles just to show you, and then so we're going to go. Caricatures love politicians. If you remember the Spitting Image show and Jared Scarf and the papers, and they're just there to have a good go at, really, aren't they? This one here is Ken Clark, pastel technique, and I this is one of my favorites. Sometimes with caricatures you have to really look into them to get the likeness, and suddenly it comes out at you, hopefully. Obviously it's very subjective, but I did like this. I was very happy with the pose on this one, and his big fat cigar there, and he's always got this sort of rosy cheek look, Ken Clark. Probably a few too many brandies and cigars, probably. So yeah, I enjoyed that one. So that was pastel technique. And he's got his tie sort of hanging down and hair all over the place. So there we go. This one is Theresa May, bit of a Dot Cotton look almost there as well. This is pencil. quite hard pencil, probably 2H. Most of these caricatures are A3, so hence you can get a lot more detail and go in quite deep on those. So yeah, it's good fun. The only thing with that is you have to be careful not to smudge, of course. I usually end up with a black hand when doing these. You just got to keep scrupulously clean. And the way to do that is to put a sheet of paper over the top as you're drawing. A lot of artists, caricature artists, portrait artists start with the eyes and move out, so, or the top left if you're right-handed. So you're not smudging too much, but obviously you want to go back in, so then you cover the thing over again with a sheet of paper. And Teresa, yeah, bit of a hard worker, so she's got the old emphasizing the bags under her eyes and the mouth. She has this way of doing that sort of when she's a little bit nervous, I think. So these caricatures, you lock into their little characters, as the word suggests. So there you go. Next one. This one here, I've cheated a bit on this one. I'll tell you why in a minute, but he's great for caricaturists. I've seen some artists have a real go at this guy, and I was never happy with his eyes. I was very happy with the rest of it. The big growl, the big yell. Of course, it's Mr. Farage. So I've gone in and I've adjusted his eyes a little bit in Photoshop, but I will go back and do the original of that again. I've got to tweak it because with art, if most of the time you're happy with it and you can put it away, but this has always niggled me, and hopefully I've got it now. But when he sort of yells, he sort of squints, and there you go. And a friend of his, this lady here, this is Widdicombe, and with a little token Farage in the bottom there. Both quite angry people, really. So I was trying to reflect that. So politicians, there we go. So, and this guy here is the chief scientist, Chris Whitty. I'm having a play with the white pencil and black. It's quite hard to adjust yourself because you're working in negative, really. So you just got to replace the brain's got to replace the black with the white, and obviously your single tone as well. So I wanted to have a play and see what we could do. It's a lovely medium to work with, actually. Really lovely. So let's see. I'm just going to put a few comments in here. Oh, this is back from hi Lou. I do Charlie. Yeah, Charlie's he's a lovely guy, real gent. Okie dokie. So I'm clicking away here, clicking away. So we've had enough of politicians and scientists. Let's get back into the fun. When you're working, a lot of people working from home do the same thing at the moment, I know. You either put a podcast on or music or comedy in the background. You've got YouTube going or something. And these guys kept me amused. I think it helps with drawing funny caricatures and funny people in general, is that if they make you laugh, then you can hopefully put it back into the drawing. We've got Cole Pilkington, Ricky Gervais, and of course Stephen Merchant. They're a good team, and if you ever get to hear some of their stuff, it's just hilarious. So all pastel again, trying to get the looks. I think Carl sounds like he used to enjoy a bit of what you did, Wayne. I know you're still in the green room. I can see you there. Bit of body popping, and he's laughing. He's laughing. It's good, good to see. Okay, so right. So what we'll do now is we'll go back into another person I met. Just get rid of that for a bit. We'll go through some more of the drawings. Oh, by the way, I've also got a unveiling to do of a celebrity a bit later on. So stay tuned for that, or stay tuned. Hasn't been seen before. Enjoyed doing this. It's a lady, actually. I don't draw many ladies, but let's get back into it. Okay, back in, when was it? 2012. A friend of mine, we went to see a very funny man, another funny man, and he was called Phil Cool. Back in the 80s, 90s, this guy was always on the BBC, and he was an impressionist. And his face was amazing, what he could do with it, I tell you. He wasn't just a normal impressionist, but he could do things like this. I mean, that's amazing. Is it not? That's his Popeye. And his show was just hysterical. I think he's retired now, actually. So this was his retirement sort of tour. And we got to meet him backstage and present him in that. So another fantastic guy who I've admired for years. Feel Cool. Okay, into the music world now. Good old Ed Sheeran. Pencil, of course. And yeah, enjoy doing that one. You could go mad with the pencil with his hair. Almost has a bit of a Kenny Everett look to him. I think he's got the Kenny Everett beard. So and great big sort of eyes, childlike eyes, which I'll try to emphasize and hopefully get the likeness. Another legend, Freddie Mercury. Pastel again, trying to get that walk he did. If you see him on DVD or whatever, on stage, he always had that sort of certain what's the word? Certain walk. Brilliant, legend of a bloke. And enjoying Photoshop. I like to play around with filters sometimes, and hence Freddie and his Mercury. Turn him into Mercury. Just playing around with that one. Just playing around. I think I prefer that. Right, let's get some ladies in the scene. So next one I did was this lady here. Cher's got an amazing face, very long face. So enjoy doing the nose on that one. That took some steady hand to do that nose and not make the lines join. But that was good fun. Good fun. And great stage outfits as well, don't you think? Right, back to the UK. Is that how it goes, Wayne? So yeah, good old Tom Jones. That was a little scrapbook, little notepad, which is about E4. And sometimes when with caricature artists, a lot of the time they've always got to be drawing. Well, a lot of artists in general, anyway. It's just something in your blood, something in your hands. So muscle memory. So you have to keep drawing. And so I get this little book out. And then when I finished doing the day job and have a play in front of the telly, just with a pencil. So never a dull moment, never a dull moment. One for the youngsters. I've got her album, very good album. Billie Eilish, or Eilish, really good. I love the sound that she makes, if that's a compliment. And she's picking up a music award there. which is great new video actually, set in a shopping mall. Don't know if you've seen it. She's got this sort of sleepy look, so try to get that in her eyes. Hopefully I succeeded. Okay, one for the ladies. This is, has anybody got it yet? I have posted this on my Facebook page before, but have you got it? Just take that with a pinch of salt. Yeah. Okay. Dad joke. One for your car, Wayne. Let's get him back on. That's shocking.
Straight away, mate. I like that one. That's good.
Oh, thank you.
I love the Stephen Merchant, Ricky Gervais, and Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, they are.
Superb.
I wish they got back together really and did their podcast because they're so funny.
Do you think they will?
I don't think so, because Ricky, the way he does things, he likes to be fresh and do something new every time, I think.
Yeah.
But you never know. Yeah. Thanks, Wayne. Good to see you.
Cheers,
Sorry
buddy.
for shocking you. We'll get back on. See you again. Right. Here we go to now. Have you got any questions, any comments? Let's have a look. Thank you, Mike. That is a huge privilege and honor. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hope to see you again soon, buddy. Might even get you on here, actually. That'd be good if you're up for it. Okay. So this guy, Rylan. One of my favourites, actually. Another personal favourite of mine. He's a lovely chap. Really lovely guy. And yeah, everything about him is angular and perfect. So I was trying to get that in his beard and his hair. Very jealous of that hair. I might try and do it one day. So yeah, Rylan, one of my favourites, and it's on the drawing board there. So yeah, it wasn't too long ago actually. So some of you might have known about this. This chap's caricature was created here in Painswick. It's an art gallery, the Red Dot Gallery in Painswick. And I was lucky enough to put a show of some of my celebrity caricatures, actually, for a week here at the Red Dot Gallery in Painswick. Lovely lady called Jilly. And while I was there, so this is the this was the lineup of celebs. That's the gallery. They were actually put on the wall like that on purpose, give it a bit of a quirky sort of comical look. But I drew this chap. So yeah, Frank Skinner. And while I was there, I thought, I've got to, in between the people walking around, you've got to keep busy. And I was drawing people live actually, but it was a little bit quiet. So I thought, I'd draw some celebs off my phone. And drew this. And I heard that Frank was doing a show in Cheltenham, in the Cheltenham Town Hall, later in the year. This was last year actually. So this was how I came away from the gallery with the illustration like that. And as soon as I heard that he was on, I thought, I've got to give it to him. So I made a few mods and put all of his Rumor 1 or his items that you like to go to Rumor 1 in the background. So did that, and a little sort of message from me at the bottom. Because like me, Frank's a big Elvis fan, you see. And I put a little message about his the shirt he bought, which was supposed to be Elvis's. He did a little documentary years ago about this shirt, and he was trying to find out if it was a real one, the legitimate thing, you know. So anyway, I ended up going to Cheltenham Town Hall. Brilliant show. Absolute brilliant show. If you do try and see him, because he's still touring, go and see him. He's absolutely fabulous. And listen out for the joke about the shelf. I won't say anything more about the shelf, because I took the picture with me, all framed as it is there. And I said to the guy in the gate, "Is there any chance that you could, will he be doing autograph signing at the end of the show?" And the chap said, "No, I'm afraid he's got to leave pretty quick and head off back to London after the show." So I thought, is there any chance that you could give it to him? And this guy, did, which was very nice of him. I didn't know, so Lynn and I were just in the queue, and all of a sudden I had a buzz on my phone, and looked at the message. Sorry, it wasn't a message. The guy who I'd given it to was on the phone. He said, "Frank would like to meet you." So, whoa! Just shrieked, I think, in the queue of people. And sure enough, we went backstage, Lynn and I, and it was funny actually, because at the town hall, there's curtains either side. There's like little halls either side of the main seating area, and they go to the backstage. So I went through the curtains, and Lynn was behind me, and I gave Lynn my phone to take some pictures, and her hands were full. And poor Lynn got trapped in the curtains. And anybody my age can remember Morecambe and Wise, and when Eric was punching at the curtains to get through. And I looked around, and poor Lynn didn't know how to get through. And of course, that started the laughter. Frank came along, and such a gentleman. And we had a chat, and it was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Magical moment for me again, and Lynn. And afterwards, I thought that was it. And then I had an email not too long afterwards from a TV company, and it was the Sarah Cox show, the breakfast show that she did. And they asked if they'd let, if it'd be okay to show the caricature on the telly. So who wouldn't? So magical moment again, to see it on the telly, blown away. And there's the picture of when we met. So that was an amazing day. So at the top of the screen there, you can see the guests and Frank looking at it, a different view. So it was hysterical to see that. And he actually made a comment that he said that if you look at caricature artists, he said the caricatures that they do, they usually end up putting part themselves into it. And he said the caricature artist who did that put his own nose onto my picture, which I thought was hysterical. And actually, we have got similar noses, Frank. So, so there you go. Here we go with some more. Good old Billy, another hero. What a funny man, brilliant guy. And I gave this to a dear friend, Evelyn. If Evelyn's watching, gave her the original. She's a Scottish friend of ours, a very dear friend. So that had to be. I gave it to her as a gift of our friendship. So love doing it. So who have we got next? We've got. This is with a bit of Photoshop, Woody Allen. So you can see what I've done there. The original was a pastel, but I scanned in a piece of wood. And with Photoshop, you can make it slightly transparent. So got the nice wood grain there. So we've got a mixture here. Next guy is, hopefully you can recognize him. So a lot of these I'll put on my Facebook page anyway, but I just thought it'd be good to chat through them and hear about how I chose to do certain things. I mean, this is Mark Zuckerberg, being a computer guy. He needs to see a bit of sun, you see, so that's why we got the pale effect. I think that's what I need, actually. Too long in the cabin, too long in the cabin. Next one here. Quite an extreme one, this one. Any guesses? See if comments, anybody knows on the comments. Nope. Okay, that is Harry Kane. Yeah, so almost scooping the ball along with his chin there. Another great guy, great action hero, Will Smith. Great. He's got these, when you look at him, he has got almost a tube for a head and his ears are on the side of his face sort of thing. But I wouldn't tell that to his face. Seth Rogen. What can I say about him? He's just all hair and chin. Brilliant. Hopefully I've captured him. He's got sort of wicked sort of humor. So a little bit of a raised eyebrow gives him that sort of cheeky look. Okay, this one. This is the final one before the unveiling. This one here was Her Majesty. I think some of you have seen this. I keep plastering this around everywhere, but this is showing the process. It was on a 1 meter by 1 meter canvas. The biggest one I've drawn actually with pencil. And I think it took me about a day to do, probably a bit longer. It was quite a challenge. I thought I'd try it out, raw pencil on canvas, because canvas is quite a texture to it. Hard to get the sort of detail. And this just shows the build up. A little bit of acrylic paint there for the Union Jack. And there we go. That's the final thing. And got on the boat, presented it, and also showed it to the Queen as well in the crowd. But not really. That's the beauty of Photoshop. If only. I'd probably be in the tower now. Okie dokie. So this is a lady. Need a drum roll, need some music. Quite popular at the moment. What has been for a few years. Here we go. Strictly's Claudia Winkleman. I hope you like it. I certainly enjoy doing that one. Quite an extreme one, but it's all about the hair and the eyes, isn't it, with Claudia? If you can see the eyes, that is. But and you can't see on this, but on the actual illustration, I've actually put some glitter, so there's glitter all over her outfit, which you can see. So I hope you like that. Anyway, I hope you like the insight into celebrities and the stories behind of the presentations on some of them. Thanks a lot for everybody. Thanks to my son Ben for doing the little narration there on the Charlie video. Special thanks to Wayne. Brilliant interview. Really enjoyed that. And just to chat about art and caricatures is brilliant. So remember, I'll put some links onto his pages for all his other work soon. And thanks for everybody with the comments and questions. Thanks again, everybody. And keep posting, keep popping things on my Facebook page, and any queries or anything, or anything about caricatures or silly little things, just shout. And thanks again. And I'll see you soon on the next one. There might be one just before Christmas. We'll see how it goes. But take care and look after yourselves.